Hello, my friends. Welcome to this week's episode of the Greenlight Weekend Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Brian Nystrom, and before we get into the episode, let's talk about our sponsors. Our longest-standing sponsor, you guys should know by now. It's Dead Room Comedy. Dead Room Comedy is a group of 4 stand-up comics. They formed a team, and they're fucking crushing. They put on live shows. They travel. All of them are traveling independently now. They're going to New York and fucking touring in the Midwest. They're fucking crushing it. Go show them some support. Follow Dead Room Comedy on all social media platforms. Check out their website, deadroomcomedy.com, or their YouTube channel, Dead Room Comedy. There's also a link below each and every episode that takes you right to all their shit. So feel free to just go click on that. We actually have another sponsor now. That's Old Timers Cafe in Durango, Colorado. If you're in Durango, go support Old Timers. They're cool as fuck. They let us do 2 comedy shows a week on their back patio or inside if it's rainy. And they've shown a lot of support. They give me free beer sometimes. I fucking love Old Timers. They're the best. Well, they're a great fucking sponsor. Dead Room Comedy's awesome. They were the first ones with us, but now Old Timers is trying to one-up them. You know what I'm saying? They put a little cherry on top of the Bud Light when I'm thirsty, boy. Old Timers Cafe. Shout out to the owner, Mark. I love you guys. All right. We do have a fun episode, but real quick, I got an announcement. The Four Corners Comedy Festival is coming up September 29th through October 2nd. If you're a stand-up comedian and you would like to submit for the festival, you have until July 1st. July 1st is the cutoff date. We have 100 submissions. You're not going to want to miss this. If you're out there wondering, is it worth the $30 to submit? Trust me, if you get in, it is worth it. It is the most fun goddamn weekend in Durango. We tear this fucking town apart, and it's just comics having a great time, doing shows, making people laugh, getting drunk, getting high. It's beautiful. So shout out to the Four Corners Comedy Festival and Comic Uprising for giving us such a fun time each and every year. Oh, and Dave's coming back. Dave Oakley's coming back for the festival, boy. I'm so excited. Hopefully there's a couple Atlanta comics that submitted, and hopefully they get in, and it'll be a fucking party. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, folks. Let's get into this week's episode. This week we have Leigh Cummings on. Leigh Cummings is a stand-up comic from Phoenix, Arizona. She performs at JP's Comedy Club regularly. She showed up at my mic on Tuesday and fucking crushed, bro. Like, every week the best set of the night gets $20. It was no doubt in my mind that she won that $20. Gave it to her, asked her to be on the podcast, and we had a good conversation. I feel like we became friends. This room is special. This is where we bond. This is where I make friends. This podcast is where me and Dave Oakley really had our first conversation. And after that, your boy started stand-up comedy. Me and Dave became best friends. He moved to Atlanta to tear us apart. But we still keep in contact just to make sure he's not, falling into his old ways. If you know Dave Oakley, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Leigh Cummings is here. She fucking killed it. It was a great conversation. Her and Jadrian really bonded, which was nice. She's been doing comedy for 10 years. I feel like there's a lot we could learn from her, you know what I mean? She was here for 10 days, actually, so she was hitting all the mics. We got to know her. We got to know her sets. It was a beautiful thing. Well, why don't I stop telling you about her and you can just get to know her for yourself. Before we start, big shout out to Ethan Esparza and the Chava people for the intro-outro music each and every week. And I do want to plug some mics. Every Monday at Starlight Lounge, we do a mic at 8 p.m. hosted by Jadrian Long. Every Tuesday at 11th Street Station, we do a mic at 9 p.m. hosted by yours truly. Every Thursday at Old Timers, we do a mic at 9 p.m. hosted by Jadrian Long. And every Sunday at 6:30, we got a brand new mic. It's a fucking banger. If you're bored on Sundays, come out, Old Timers Back Patio, 6:30, and come watch Andy Matthews run a beautiful show. This last week was fucking packed. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Alrighty, folks, let's get into it. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 189 with our new friend, Leigh Cummings.
Sun hit your ass. It's a new day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a new day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a new day, wake up. Let the sun hit your ass. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day.
Hell yeah. Didn't go early this week. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's our second button.
No.
Can you guess how the other one broke?
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
No premature hype this week. We only got all the hype for Miss Leigh Cummings.
Thank you for saying
How
my
are
name
you?
right. I appreciate it.
Cummings.
It's one of the only things that we actually know about you is that you're from Arizona and your name is Leigh Cummings.
All right.
And funny.
Yes, and funny.
If you weren't
Three
funny,
things that we
I-
do.
the reason I was like, hey, we should do a podcast is because you fucking killed on Tuesday. Not only did you do well, but you took home the $20 prize
The
from
coveted $20 prize.
from very poor comedians. Do you understand? How much people like Jadrid rely on that $20 prize?
Yeah, you got. Brian told me you got off at 5. You got like a real person job.
I do have a real person job.
What do you
I have
do,
like a
man?
mortgage and like.
It's
So
all right.
You could use the $20.
Yeah,
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 always.
absolutely.
I mean, you got to drive back to Arizona. Gas is fucking expensive.
It's outrageous.
fuck yeah.
Yeah. At least you got a car. Seems like good gas mileage.
Oh, yes. I drive an
the
Altima.
Nissan's
Just
great.
he was referencing the car. It's a 2018 Altima. I get about 30 miles to the gallon when I can do like highway, so it's legit.
Nice. Did you
This
see that piece of
podcast
shit
brought
white
to you
car?
by Nissan.
That's true. I also own a Nissan. The piece of shit white car you walked by to get in the gate.
What was it? Nissan what?
It's a 200 SX. Ever heard of it?
No.
Most people haven't. Yeah. But I bought it for $1,500 and it gets 41 miles to the gallon.
Shut up. Was it a van? I didn't even see what it
No,
was.
it's just a little small piece of shit white car.
How do you get 41 miles to the gallon?
It goes very slow.
Still, that would
It
require
goes
acceleration.
very
To
slow.
like,
There's a trade-off with miles per gallon and power. Like literally going up hills, I have to shift twice sometimes. Like
Like all the way down. You're driving in first gear, going
third.
going 15 up the goddamn hill.
Third is pretty regular, bro.
Yeah.
Like people that I passed 20 minutes ago are passing me, like flipping me off, going up the hill. That happened 2 days ago. And it was a guy in a Honda Civic, and he was a real piece of
Just
shit.
driving by, just like, get a better car, you poor piece of shit.
I mean, when a Prius is passing you, that's when you know you've got issues with the Nissan.
Right, but it was $1,500, and it gets 41 miles to the gallon. But I drive 100 miles a day, so it's nice not to be spending all my money on gas, you know?
For real.
I'm already spending a good percentage of my money on gas, but not all of it.
Do you talk about why you drive to New Mexico every day?
Sure. Yeah, it's
Oh, I
not a
didn't know
secret.
if you were like, keep it on the down low.
No, it's not a secret.
Not anymore.
Starting a recreational marijuana company, or a farm, rather, a grow. And, yeah, it was a secret for a long time.
So you bought the land.
Leasing it.
You're leasing land from from who?
One of my business partners, it's his family farm. So basically everybody in the family is getting older, and they've been growing hay and raising cattle, you know, fucking farmers, ranchers, you know,
Very
real
Yellowstone.
blue collar people, but they're just getting old, and they're looking for a way to make money off of the property. So when we were looking for land, it was advantageous for both parties.
Is it like a 5-year lease?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm
Great businessman.
not entirely sure.
You're
Yeah.
like year by year. We'll just
Yeah,
renew.
I'm cultivation.
Yeah.
There's a business guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think
He's
it's
our
at
guy.
least
We are
5
not
years.
smart people.
Mm-mm.
You are.
You saw my set last night. That was awful.
The one last night?
I don't know.
What about the
What
one
day is it?
Tuesday? No, Tuesday.
No, Tuesday was good. I felt like Tuesday was good. But last night was rough. I was just in the middle of it, like, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, there were a couple of y'all that were just not feeling it last night.
Just
but,
off.
But you really pulled it together. I mean,
I didn't. I literally was like,
listen, you made time, and that's all that counts.
right. I was going till I saw the light. Either till I saw the light or I saw people starting to leave.
No,
The-
wait. You said made time. Like, would you be upset if you didn't go the full time?
If Brian didn't make the full time, yeah, no.
Why?
That's when I'd be like, nah, dude, you really fucking bombed last night.
No, because it went long. We could have had shorter sets.
Oh yeah, we absolutely could have had shorter sets. No, I agree with you. 100%.
It was a long fucking night.
Yeah.
And I left.
I did not expect that many to sign up when I had started, and I was like, let's do 7 minutes. It'll be fine. And then I had like 8 more people sign up, and I was like, okay, I guess we're staying here till fucking midnight.
It was late, but the cop issued like did you see it when the cop showed up? You obviously did, but I was like, that was legit. Like the cop was super cool.
Yeah.
Tell the story. Tell the story.
Yeah, the cops got called. Show up to this mic on Thursdays because the cops got called because I vibed too fucking hard. That's what happened.
There is a sound ordinance in Durango. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I got
after 11 or
10.
what? 10.
Yeah.
Ooh, but he came like at 10:45.
Yeah. No, I got way too hype. I was super into it while we were doing the gauntlet. If you don't know what the gauntlet is, come on Thursdays. To our 14 listeners.
There's more than that. There's usually more than that.
No, I know. I just always see the YouTube. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk shit about our podcast while we're on it.
You can.
No, that's fine. I want people to actually like us. But yeah, the cops got. He was so nice. He was just like, "Hey, are you guys running the show?" We were like, "Yeah, but the owner's in there." They go. And he was like, "No, we just got a couple of calls. Just turn it down a couple notches." And since we were pretty much done with the show, he was just like, "All right, well, goodbye."
He just doesn't want to get called again.
Yeah,
about it.
he really just didn't give a shit. He was like, all right,
I
whatever.
have to be here. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
the message.
For people
and then
that
I'll
don't know, you can literally hit houses with a rock from where we do that show. Like
Mhm.
Kelly used to live on that road,
Yeah.
like 2 houses up. And I could imagine how it would be annoying. Like we used to do them at 11th Street on the back patio, and we had to be done at 10 because right across the street from 11th Street are very, very expensive like condos and
Oh.
apartments. So those people call the cops quick.
Oh, is that why we can't do it outside anymore?
Well, that's why we had to be done by 10.
Oh, okay.
But also
Right,
we got
fair enough.
complaints because somebody yelled vagina into the microphone, and that's why we can't do it outside anymore.
That's the least of the words being.
Yeah,
flown.
That's what I'm saying. And that definitely means it was Jill's fault, which is my
It's really surprising because I feel like we've heard the word cunt on stage way more than we've heard the word vagina. And
it's a funnier word.
it's got that hard K sound.
It's true.
It's great. So what do you actually do for work?
Oh, let me tell you my background. So I have a degree in advertising, School of Communication from Northern Arizona University.
Oh.
I worked for a graphic design studio doing like account management for 10 years, and then I kind of bounced around to a bunch of different jobs, and currently I'm back to account management for home builders.
Okay.
But I like the bouncing around.
So
that shows a risk
yeah,
taker.
that's a lot of freedom. You're willing to go out there and just do your own shit.
I love your interpretation of that. 2017, I just was fried and done. I quit my job, took a trip to, the destination was Australia, but it was Fiji, Australia, and New Zealand to like find myself. But I could only afford.
Did you go by
like-
yourself?
Yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this was like I just gotta everything here I don't want to be a part of, and I just went traveling for a little bit,
That's
Go
super
find
cool.
yourself,
and then
man.
came back and was like, I'm broke, I have a mortgage, I gotta get a job, and then started just taking jobs just to have jobs.
I feel like you're flexing on us with this whole I
Yeah,
have a
that-
mortgage.
That's a lot of contract work, isn't it? So you really get to set up all of your own travels in the places that you actually want to be, right?
For that trip,
are
are you talking about?
for like your jobs and like the things that you do.
Or do you work for a company?
I work for a company.
Oh, okay.
I was like, no. But so I've been searching high and low hard for a fully remote position, and that's what I have now, and that's how I'm able to do this 10 days in Durango thing I'm doing here.
So you're not
Oh.
here for work.
No.
That's
oh.
No.
You just came to Durango.
So yeah, so now that I'm working completely remote, I pick where I want to go, and I pet sit. So I'm on this trusted pet sitter website, and I pick where I want to go.
Do you get to stay for free?
So I stay for free, but I have to travel.
And
I
you
pay
get
for
to
my
rent an
travel.
animal?
How often? How often do you hate the animal? It has to happen.
Oh, it's definitely happened. I have pet sitter stories I could tell you.
Have you ever hit somebody else's animal?
Hit them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
No.
I would.
Why would I hit them?
Because they won't shut
because
up.
sometimes I suck.
No. It's the people that are sometimes difficult.
Oh, okay. The pets are all fine.
Like, I know you love
like
your
a
pet, but
wild
you're like
cat or anything.
walking your little, what's the little
Chihuahua?
Chihuahuas. They had 2 Chihuahuas, and I had to walk them like 4 times a day. Run around the backyard. You're like this big. You get winded just like walking down the stairs.
Did they watch you Were there like
Do
cameras?
they have ring
A lot of
cameras?
them have ring cameras.
Right. So you can't just
So
lie.
when you're like, how long you're gone? Did you like?
Is there times where you're like, I wish
Just
I
park
just
your car around the corner and you're just like, we're just gonna go for a drive. I'll let you out when we go home.
Let's go.
fucking pet sitting.
But
That's
I'll throw this
interesting.
out there: trustedhousesitter.com.
That's
Trusted house sitter.
it's a
But,
cool resource.
So right before I came here, I had been in. So I went to Santa Barbara for 2 weeks, and then I did San Diego for 2 weeks, and then I'm here for 10 days. So
Are you doing comedy at all these places?
I mean, if I was that good, I mean, I can hit up open mics. and
Right.
I mean, it's definitely, you get to meet a lot more people, and you're fucking way better than any of us that are here. It must be great to actually make connections with other comics whenever like you find open mics, right?
But I
Because
think
you are hitting up open mics.
Yeah, but I was telling Jill, I think I'm so awkward and like so hard to like hang out with, and like I usually just try to stay out of people's way and like be quiet.
That's also what I do, and I find it to be my most lovable quality. And I think
don't
that's
see that
probably
about you.
I think that's probably true for you as well. Where it's just like she kind of does her own thing. She seems nice. She smiles. She laughs. I want to be her friend.
Oh, we can all be friends.
Yeah. So you know, don't worry about that. Just
Well, then let me
meet
ask
some
you:
people.
when you guys, I'm there, Jill's like, "Oh, hey, new chick from Phoenix," or you're like, "Oh dear, this is gonna be another like." What was your initial reaction to seeing this girl right here?
Generally, if Jill tells me that I need to see somebody,
But I've never met her. That was my first time meeting her.
oh,
I had just reached out to her, being like, "Hey, I'm coming. What's happening?"
well then she probably looked you up.
She definitely looked you up.
Yeah,
'cause when
she
she introduced,
Yeah.
or when she told me about
Yeah,
you,
she
she
was
was like, she works at JP's.
Yeah.
Like, she definitely looked you up. But
I mean, I sent her my clip, of course.
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah,
know
there
who
we
I
go.
am.
Absolutely. There we go.
Yeah. My initial reaction anytime there's a new comic is I'm just excited, especially from a bigger scene. Like, I've been disappointed for sure, but big scenes are competitive. And don't get me wrong, it's slightly competitive here, but the amount of reliance we have on just having enough comics in this town makes the competition aspect go down a little bit.
It's
And-
more of a teamwork aspect, which, in my opinion, is the way comedy should work because we're all doing the same
But
show.
it can get annoying because people get complacent and don't try. Like, there's a lot of people that they're just not working, not writing, and everybody gets busy. I haven't had time to write recently, and
Well, you have to wait for life to happen.
right, that happens. Well, when you just see people never improving and they just treat it's more of a hangout than like they're trying.
Yeah, it's great. I love seeing everybody all the time. I want everybody to sign up every week, regardless of how much they're actually working. But I also want to see what else people have, because everybody who comes to the mics, they have good jokes. I've seen them every comic in the scene I've seen crush at least a few times.
I agree.
Where like they absolutely destroy a room, and it's more like the frustration aspect of just like, no, you have more to offer. You have more to tap into, and I want to fucking see it.
And everybody has off days, but when it gets to the point where, like, you know, comics obviously not putting in effort start walking crowds, you know, and the room starts thinning out because not only is their material subpar, they're not working, their performance is off. Like, not only are they not doing good comedy, but then they get angry at the audience and start turning on them. Whereas, like, as the person with the mic in your hand, your job is to fucking adapt. Like, you're there to entertain. And, you know, everybody wants a good crowd. Like, you had a full room, you had the best chance, and now you walked a quarter of them? Like, shit like that. Like, that's a bummer. Especially when they just get mad at the crowd, because all the comics know it's like,
No,
well, that fucking sucked, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, you know that was bad, right? I can't tell you how many times I've had an okay set and I went home and I was just like, I should fucking quit.
For sure.
all the time. I have that problem.
Every fucking night.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Don't ask. No, I've been doing it for 10 years.
10 years?
Fuck yeah.
See, that
Oh yeah.
it makes sense. Like, You're.
No, and
I wish I saw you on
and your
Thursday,
delivery.
or I wish I saw you yesterday. But you were just like on Tuesday. You were in the pocket. You were like rolling with
Yeah.
everything, and you had your tags that punch it up.
Oh yeah, following you and Andy was so fucking difficult. I was like, oh god damn it, because I just wasn't in the place to like match where the energy had gone. But it was a lot of fun to see both of you back to back kind of ride that wave, and it was super dope.
Awesome.
No, that was everything I had to say. I was
Yeah,
just-
and you had an off day, which happens.
shout out Andy Matthews.
Yeah.
Shout out Andy. Hey.
Yeah, after I got home last night, the first thing I did was text we have a couple buddies, Dave Oakley and Max Turner. They do comedy in Atlanta and Nashville.
Do you smell?
And we have like a text thread, and we like talk about like if we did really good on a set, we'll like tell the crew, you know, like had a great night working on this joke, whatever. And I got home and I was like, I fucking bombed and I deserved it.
What? You did not do bad at all.
I disagree.
Stop. You all right?
But even mediocre isn't. Yeah, that was an old bowl.
Is that from last week?
I doubt it.
Oh,
I smoke
okay.
weed every day,
All right,
so
fair
it's
enough.
probably from this morning. But even a mediocre set doesn't feel good, you know?
Okay, but we were kind of talking about this, how my set that's my like solid set. I came into an open mic where you guys are doing just like I'm trying stuff out, and I came in and I performed. Like,
Well, that's what we do when we go, like we went to Tucson.
Yeah,
and
whenever we go to like other open
we're doing our
mics,
bangers. Like
Yeah.
we're trying to impress.
trying to do the best of.
Like I want somebody to walk up and be like, "Yo, I run this show. Do you want to be on it sometime?" You know, that's
I mean, still, you seemed like you were at peak performance that night, and like the having the energy and falling into that groove is half of the battle of just taking the wave wherever it goes. So you were there. That's peak performance. It's a pretty good gauge of the kind of comic you are because everybody knows every comic fucking bombs. It's a weekly thing that at least a fucking bomb will happen.
But I don't know. Before the show, I was kind of like, I need more girls in here because I mean, I have female-centric stuff, and I've been in a room it was a show with 5 guys in an apartment complex, and it sucked. Like, do they think my putting on a bra is hilarious? No. But if there's girl is there, then they'll be like, oh, honey, I have noticed you put your bra on. You know, like,
yeah.
just things. Like, I've had it where I walked away being like, I'm never doing this again. Like, in my car almost crying, like, I suck. I'm just the worthless.
I've thought about going off a cliff, like on the way home, just like
We got plenty of them. There are lots of options.
yeah, just 2 inches to the right on the steering wheel, and I'm fucking. It's over, baby.
It's that easy here in Colorado. Colorado, it's easy to kill yourself.
Dun, dun, dun.
Walk into the wilderness. This place is a goddamn death trap.
But so have you been to Durango?
Yes.
Are you like? Do you have like a lot of friends here?
before?
No,
Yeah.
I've been here 3 times. One for like 3 days, once on another pet sit, and we can talk about that visit. But yeah, no, I don't know a whole lot about Durango. Still
Well,
looking for a good sandwich shop.
Second
Street
Deli.
Deli. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Thank you.
That's the best one in town.
This podcast sponsored by Old Timers Cafe. If you're looking for a burger,
It's true. But you were worried about the lack of women in the room.
Yes.
You don't realize in Durango, even the men are pretty fucking feminine.
Yeah.
This is a soft,
Straight up.
soft place.
You notice how nobody was heckling last night?
True.
I'm trying to break them of that.
When Jadrian's like, "We need you to heckle."
Wait, can we talk about that premise though of
Yes.
getting all these comics together? And you guys are so good with new comics, and people are trying things out, and newbies in town. Why are we trying to like turn on each other?
Mostly to practice different skills because we don't have the volume of mics to have the variance in crowds to where you do experience heckles.
And sometimes you catch magic. Sometimes
Yeah,
it's amazing.
There have been a
interactions.
couple of them already that have just been outstanding interactions that are just great fucking entertainment.
Yeah, me and Taylor Lennox went to war one night,
Oh.
and the crowd voted for her.
No.
But last week I got to light a homeless man on fire verbally, so that was fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, he kept coming back, so he's officially earned my respect.
The homeless man?
The homeless guy. Yeah.
But did he show
Didn't-
up?
didn't
He
he-
hasn't
Was
showed
he
up
there
this
last
week.
night?
Yeah, he came back last night.
He
I didn't
was?
see him.
Why did you point him
He
out?
showered. He did an entire set about how we made fun of him for being homeless last
Wait,
week.
he performed?
Yeah, he was on the mic.
No,
last
you're
night.
talking about the guy with the guitar. That's a completely different guy.
Oh,
Yeah. We just met the guy with the guitar this week.
oh,
Yeah, on Thursday. And no, I don't know what day it is.
oh, yeah, on Monday. Yeah, you're right. You're
Right, but the
I
other
thought it was the
homeless
same
guy,
guy.
I would definitely remember that motherfucker because he's basically my mortal enemy at this point.
But a young guy.
Yeah, young.
A young homeless guy.
Yeah.
He had an accent. You know what? Now it's all coming back to me. I'm real.
And the guy that was there last night does look homeless. I'll give you that.
I've asked Brian your name like before you got here like 4 times
What do you think it is?
because I'm so bad with names and faces.
If only there was pencil and paper in front of you to write it
I
down.
know, right? Well, now that I've met you and like I've already asked him 4 or 5 times,
What is it?
it's Leigh.
Leigh.
Yeah. now I have like an interaction and a memory to associate with your name and face, so I can be like, oh yeah, that's Leigh. We did the podcast.
Don't you remember?
Oh, that was how you were justifying not remembering which homeless person was which.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes. As I'm bad at facial and name recognition.
I am too. I've definitely had people like, because you meet a lot of people doing comedy, especially if you do it in a small scene. You know, people remember you. I don't remember anybody. And I've had people like, oh, hey, bro. And I'm always nice. Like, I assume we've met. But I've had people like tell me about nights we've had
Oh.
that I don't really remember. And then they show me pictures of the two of us together. And they're like, see? I'm like, I got nothing, bro.
Is that how you handled that conversation? Someone was just like, hey, man, I want to hang out with you again. And you're just like, were you just like, I've never hung out with you before?
I don't think so.
Yes, we did. And they pull out the yes, we did.
It was
Don't you
us.
remember? We had
You
such
said
a
we
nice
were
time.
friends.
We're Facebook friends. Don't you know?
I lie a lot. If it'll make you happy and make you,
You know what?
fuck off.
You know what?
I
That's
will lie.
one of the reasons why I've been making it more of a point to try to learn people's names more is because I got tired of lying and being like, fuck, I don't know if I've met you before, if I've got your name, and like I just have to play this whole pretend game. And then I'm sitting there at like a table and I'm just like, and I'm filled with like anxious thought of just like, that guy knows I don't know him. and it distracts me from other stuff that I could be worried about. I'm just like, he's gonna go and talk to people and be like, that guy's a real fucking asshole. I met him a couple times and he didn't even remember my name.
That just means that you were more memorable than them. Like,
You know,
do a flip. Do
You know-
something that makes me
Dance,
remember you.
monkey.
fair enough. Most of the people that I know and remember the names of are musicians that I'll go
That
see
you've seen
at the
perform?
Starlight.
That they did something that impressed you.
Yeah, and I was like, that was fucking great, man. I love that shit.
Well, and of course people remember us. We're telling our fucking secrets, shitting all over our childhood and our life on stage, you know? When somebody's just like, oh, hey, good job. You don't remember that. Like, I don't know.
I do love when people were texting me after my show. She's like, that was fucking awesome. And I was like, oh, that makes you feel good when they're like sending you messages.
It does
Hell
make
yeah.
you feel good.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I love it.
Let's
You're gonna
get
be
back
here
to
Monday,
me.
right?
I'm just kidding. What's Monday?
Well, we have the Sunday mic and then there's a Monday mic
And a Tuesday night? How you guys? When are you
and
gonna
a
do
Tuesday
actual like
and a Thursday.
booked shows? Like,
We do every third weekend of the month. I think this month we don't because of Pride
wah,
and
wah.
like all the venues are just like we're
It's
gonna
pretty tough to get a crowd
do, we're
when
gonna-
Pride's going
we're
on
gonna
in
do a
town.
Pride thing. Yeah.
Are there Pride events? I haven't even.
Yeah, there's Pride
Yeah.
events.
I don't know.
Yeah, the drag queens.
When's that show?
I'd have.
Oh,
Fuck if I
thought you
know.
were like, I'm up on the Pride.
That was
scene.
yesterday
I
while you were at our at the mic, so I appreciate
Oh,
that.
okay.
Drag trivia. Right.
Well, it was drag
Drag
trivia
bingo?
and
Trivia.
drag trivia.
Oh.
Drag trivia followed by a lip sync battle, which is
Ooh.
and those are really fun to watch. That is also a great show, which is why I try to bring that energy so high over at the mic, because I'm just like, I have to compete with that,
Right.
Yes.
with fucking drag queens that put all of this, they have all of this stuff, this huge like production, like equipment, and it's just like I gotta fucking step it up.
Slightly off topic. Have you ever done drag
Yes, actually, for comedy.
with the mustache?
No. This was pre-COVID mental breakdown,
You had a
so I didn't have the mustache.
Is there a correlation between the mustache and your mental breakdown?
Yes.
Quick summary.
Oh, I had my breakdown, got sober, and I was like, I need something new for my identity, so I grew a mustache.
So that's like the equivalent of a chick cutting off her hair, or like
Yeah.
changing how you just grew the facial hair.
That's what that is. Yeah.
Oh, and he's colored his hair.
Yeah,
And
I've colored my hair and done all kinds of stuff. Right before COVID is actually when I did drag.
Do we have pictures of this?
I do actually.
he's a big bitch. Big, beautiful bitch.
I make a beautiful Navajo woman. Let me tell you.
Are you Navajo?
Yeah.
I would have said Hispanic. See how good I am with
Yeah, but you
my-
live in Arizona.
That's true.
I mean,
He's Hispanic.
I guess there are a lot of reservations in Arizona.
That's
But
close enough.
around here, more.
I'm pretty sure we're all from the same blood, anyways.
Well, I would love to, but look at these freckles. I know I don't have any pigment in this skin. You don't have,
Do you ever have people play the box game on your arm?
like, draw when they're just sitting there and start drawing, connecting.
Have you ever played the
freckles?
box game where it's like 4 dots and like each of you takes a turn drawing a line and you
Okay,
see who
wait,
can
make it
complete the
interesting.
most boxes? Anyways, they're
That's
dots.
rude.
I'm a beautiful woman. I'm sorry.
I wish you guys could see this. Is this the wig? Obviously,
Yes. Yeah.
I love the wig. Let me see
Horrifying.
them make your brows look great.
I'm cute.
The
I'm-
things nightmares are
Your
made
lips-
of
I'm
right
a-
now.
I'm
Your
a
lipstick
cute
could
lady.
use a little like fill in, but other than that, solid.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're
yeah.
taking, but this is advice from a girl who doesn't like hair, makeup, or shoes. So there you go.
You'd fuck me. Don't lie, Brian.
Oh, I
you'd,
did forget
you'd,
there's a
you'd
camera.
fuck me. I'll just send it to you. You can just put it up on the screen.
We'll
Wait,
see.
how come I never saw where this is being viewed?
What do you mean?
I went to your guys' podcast and it pulled up podcast, but never said watch and learn. Like where's the YouTube? Is it YouTube?
It's on YouTube. Yeah.
It's on YouTube and Spotify.
I don't have an advertising degree. You understand? Or a lot of time or much knowledge of how to use this goddamn thing.
You're doing a lot better than I did when I had a podcast.
You had a podcast?
What was your podcast
Did
about?
you not look up anything about me?
No, we
I mean,
didn't.
I looked at
We didn't look-
I looked at your Instagram.
I googled
I know,
your
and I
name
always-
and I saw a bunch of like posters and I was like, well, she's very busy.
Right. For Instagram, I only put like the shows coming up. and
Yeah,
the
20
posters.
posts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do Instagram.
I didn't learn anything about you
Yeah,
other than
no.
that you do comedy.
That's the thing. I keep comedy on the DL since I have like a professional life, and I've thought
Yeah.
about changing the name for comedy to here. What do you guys think of this? Leigh Capri. Does that sound like a stripper, or does that sound good? Because people call me Leigh and Leah, so at least if we get the like rhyming portion together,
Yeah.
tell me your thoughts.
I don't
I
know.
like the rhyming scheme.
I mean, the reason I remembered your name is because I'm a fan of Whitney Cummings. So
Cummings, okay.
Leigh Cummings, I remembered. Yeah, stage name. My dream is to be a weed farmer and do comedy. So I guess I've never thought about it.
Like
Right?
what's out there?
I've never thought about the consequences of using my name for comedy harming my professional life, because I haven't really had a professional life. Like I was a line cook before this, and yeah. So
Okay, well, if you have any thoughts about that, I mean, because I don't have a lot of videos up there. I don't have anything like, because like I said, I was going through a lot of jobs trying to find something good. I don't want them to type in my name because they do search for you and be like, she's a clown, like, you know.
yeah.
payaso.
Yeah. No. I feel that.
Are
That
you really-
sucks. You really should have dropped out of high school. It really helped me with that worry.
Can't go back now.
Yeah, those clips can only help Jadrid. It's like finally a funny guy to work the bar.
Oh yeah,
Love
I
it.
jumped into a sewage pond once for a video.
Oh.
Like
Oh.
I'll do anything.
$20 is
20
$20,
bucks?
Leigh.
$20 is $20. I didn't even get paid for that. It was my idea.
I'll do it for $20.
And
No,
half of the
alright.
scene that I actually wanted to shoot didn't even get shot because someone forgot to press record. So I got into the pond for nothing.
No, those friends, I'm done with them. Send those friends back to the shit pond.
No, he's a good guy. He's just a stoner. We should have known better.
Goddamn potheads.
But why didn't you just reshoot it?
Love you, T. Love you, T.
Because it's a sewage pond.
Because they
I mean, you already done it once.
because they told me not to. They were like, we're not going to shoot it. You're not going to get in there again.
Oh.
Because I like splashed around. I got some in my mouth.
Oh.
Like I
Doing the fountain.
I put it in I put it in my hair. Like
So that's where the color came from. He looked like a K-pop star for a while.
oh yeah.
What color?
I had
changes.
it pink. I had it silver. I had it purple. I think that was about it.
So would you
I
have to
really- I
bleach
really
it first
liked
to get it that
bleach.
color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Bleach.
have really nice hair right now. So I think I'm gonna hold off for a little bit. I'll go back to coloring it because I just like how loud it is. That's also one of the reasons for the mustache is I just like how visually loud a mustache is. like if you scan a room and like you look at everybody like that guy looks the most interesting.
Maybe you should do the little curly cues or something.
I'm trying to. It's just so hard to train a mustache.
Isn't it all about like the what I call it putty? What is the
What?
wax or whatever you do on it?
I can't grow facial hair, so I have no idea.
I'm just
Like, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
I've just been licking my fingers and
there's
going like
products
this
for this.
constantly.
Stop it. And then he starts getting like little sores because it's always moist.
Oh
Ew.
yeah, I had like
Oh,
a pimple that I popped
God.
under here like a couple of days ago.
Sure, it was a
I
think
think it was bad. I'm pretty sure
he
it's
got
an
the
ingrown
oral
hair.
herpes.
Oh God, I wish, dude.
Do you wish?
Some kind of proof that I fuck.
No, just that you went in the sewer pond. That's
There are videos of me out there like that, so I need other proof.
Just to show girls.
Yeah.
Look, I have a cold sore. I
Look
can
at
do
me.
this.
I have experience. This is my reference.
Wait, hold up. You talking about experience? I heard one. I listened to a couple podcasts today. You're bisexual.
Yeah.
Ish.
So you say that you've got experience on both sides. So don't be like I need experience. You're like
I mean-
playing all fields.
I mean, this is true. I say these things to limit myself from actually being a whore.
Oh, good.
Because that's who I actually want to be. I kind of just want to be a slut.
And what's preventing you? Like, what's the downside?
Mostly the herpes.
Christian upbringing, and also that I have a daughter. And
what? What?
No, everybody is shocked.
Where is she?
No, I knew that one was gonna. She
She's
actually,
in the kennel.
She actually.
We let her out.
We
Training today.
keep her out in the barn in the yard. No, she actually has COVID right now. Otherwise, I wouldn't be free to do this.
Because it's your weekend. What are you saying?
I'm like a weekend dad. Yeah. Thursdays through Sundays mostly.
So
Oh,
the
fuck.
child's
Every other week.
the
Since-
child's with her mother,
Yeah.
basically.
Child is with her mother.
Who lives in? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but like, is it an easy transition for her, or does she live 2 hours away and you have to go?
Oh, we live in the same town. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
I was like, are you asking about a relationship? Yeah, we
No.
cool, dude.
For the kid, like, is it like, oh, it's like a 2-hour drive to go to dad's house and like, bleh.
No, that would really suck though, because I probably shouldn't even be driving my car whenever it's being driven, like, because it's just a piece of shit. It's a death trap. I saw a couple raindrops and I freaked out. And I was
He called me. He's like, "Can you come get me? I don't want to drive in the rain."
I'm
And
not
I looked
I'm not
outside.
fucking driving in the rain.
I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Right now, there
Dude.
are no raindrops at the moment.
Dude, that anxiety levels are high, especially because I'm afraid of death so much more now when it comes to like,
Because you have a child.
yeah, because to doing anything because I have a child, where I'm just like, nope, I ain't taking any chances.
I've seen this.
I gotta stick around. Like my dad died when I was like 16.
Oh.
So like
How did your dad pass?
Shot himself in the stomach 5 times.
Great question,
Sorry
though.
I asked.
No, that's a good question.
What
though.
a fucking gnarly
Yeah,
way
that-
to go. The
That's what I
stomach?
say every single time. That is such a gangster way to go. Just bah, bah,
And you just
bah.
keep going until your finger
Yeah, no,
stops working.
That shit's
Like,
wild. That shit's wild.
Okay, I need
No,
more
went out
info.
like a G.
Like, was it someone saying you won't do it? He's like, I'll do it.
No, it was him.
Just
No,
by
he didn't.
himself.
No.
5 times. First one, still feeling it. Second time,
I don't know. I wasn't there. It
Sounds
was
like the-
suicide. He didn't invite me into the room.
Would have made you a better comic, though.
It would have. You know what?
Okay, I don't like this topic. I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay.
you brought it up,
I
Leigh.
know.
No, but
Let me think.
but-
What were we, you're
but
afraid to die.
that
You're afraid of death. We'll get it back to you. You're afraid of death not because of your daughter and what you would leave behind, just because people in your life have left in a gnarly way.
And he doesn't want to do that to his
no,
daughter.
I just
Oh,
I,
that's
I
okay.
just want to be there for my kid since
Awesome.
I have
Okay,
it.
that's a good.
That's when I started to really like go into myself and be like, what the fuck do I want to do with my life? Like, what kind of influence do I want to have on like the outside world and like show my daughter? Like, and I was just like, well, I'm stupid and make people laugh, so I'll try comedy for a little while. And I thought it was just going to be a hobby. The baby mama was in school. I went to like a couple mics. I would like miss a month. I'd go to a couple mics. And then it just grew on me. And and after a certain point, I was like, I can't stop. And this is how I want to try to make some kind of fucking difference.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What is the end goal? Like in your mind, like when will you know you've achieved what you've set out to do for comedy?
How much do janitors make?
There,
I don't know.
Because that's my number. If I can make what a janitor makes in a year doing comedy,
Okay, let's say 24,000.
Successful.
I don't know.
Sure.
30,000
yeah, if I can make 30K.
doing comedy.
And I mean, that's just the point where all of a sudden I can afford to only focus on this.
yeah.
And then you ideally would grow from there, right? I mean, hopefully.
But is it you want to do clubs? You want to do
Yeah, love to.
what? You need to put it out in the universe so we can make it happen. I'm trying to help you.
What do you want to do? You want to do loonies? Want to do laughs?
I will do any comedy club in the goddamn country that will have me.
No,
Honestly.
you want like one of the big ones, like
Sure.
the improvs and the.
No.
Well, there's the dreams.
Laugh
Like the
Factory.
Comedy Store would be amazing to
Comedy
be on that
Store.
historic
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
stage, you
I
know?
mean, even if it was just like an open mic night at the Comedy Store, you would be like, I've made it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say I made it because I went
Made
to, but if I got booked,
Yeah.
even if it was to open or feature, like Zany's in Nashville is another great example. Like it's a legendary club. I've seen shows. It's amazing. I would love to be on that stage. Even Laughs in Tucson, which is not like highly accredited, but that would be an amazing club to do. Like we saw a show there. It was great. And it's just the atmosphere because we're so used to doing comedy in places that aren't meant for comedy. So to actually wrangle a whole group, a whole audience is like, it's not expected, you know? Like, you don't expect it to go awesome. Sometimes it does, and everybody's like, oh, this is comedy. Let's pay attention. Let's act accordingly. But there's a lot of people there that are like there to watch hockey or
Right.
football, or they're trying to fuck their Tinder date or whatever.
Oh.
And I'm making fun of them because I can tell and shit like that, you know? So just to be in that environment on a regular basis would be amazing.
All right, move to Phoenix. You can do that.
Yeah, I got a 5-year commitment here.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you in 5.
I'm trying to make money.
He'll have enough money to actually just fly there for the weekend and then fly back.
I'm
Fly to
hoping I
Toronto.
have enough money to take this fucking clown with me because he's not going to have a car by then either.
I'm also hoping to have enough money to fly there and fly back. But you're asking about end goals. The only actual goal that I have for comedy isn't just about comedy. I want to make videos. I want to write scripts. I have stuff that I've been working on in the background. I want to do stand up. But my absolute end goal is to just get people to think differently about what they're experiencing, whether it be anxiety or suicide or joyous moments, celebrations, parties, stories, yada yada yada. But just to think about those experiences from any other point of view, you know, out of fear, out of joy with comedy. A lot of scripts that I'm working on are horror style scripts through fear, to think about the way that families connect with each other and the fear of loss. But that's really it, because I didn't just want to I didn't just want to show my daughter that, hey, you can get people to smile and laugh. No, you can get people to experience a lot of things and to appreciate the things that they do experience, because that's one of the only ways that you can actually maintain a healthy life is to experience like just the right now, just being in a room and hanging out with friends and like feeling whatever emotions come up from having conversations and just sharing stories. But I don't care where I end up. Right now I'm working 2 days a week and I'm getting paid for 2 hosting gigs. And it is barely enough to pay for my rent. But I am happier than I've ever been in my life. Because I keep wanting to reach towards that goal of showing something different.
So you're approaching it as a true artist. You're trying to make an impact.
Yeah.
Which is deeper than I've ever thought into it. I just want to have fun. And if people like me, I'm like, you like me?
Well, I mean, that is part of the impact, is just having fun.
Right.
And learning to appreciate creation. So, you know, it's just a bunch of fancy words to describe the same drive that I know that you have. I don't like fucking with people and having people in my life that I don't see that kind of drive in. If
You are who you hang out with.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
eventually. Like, the people you spend the most time with, you start picking up shit off of them. So you want them to be... I'd prefer to be around people that are better than me. Like, and in comedy, I've seen Jadrian fucking crush. In Tucson, we got booked at the Tucson Improv Movement. It's a pretty small room. But, you know, 3 comics went on before us, and they let me close. And Jadrian was before me. But 3 comics, you could hear the laughter from the green room. 3 comics, pretty subpar. Let's be honest. Like, hosting, pretty subpar. And then Jadrian went on, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I can follow this. Like, seen him crush. So I agree. Surround yourself with people that have a drive, have a goal, and I just wish you had a car.
God,
Possibly a car.
God damn it! I wish I had a car.
But now that I heard your work schedule, it makes sense. Just
Yeah.
like,
No, because that was one of my goals, because I don't have like any schooling. I graduated from high school. I fucked off in college because I was like, yeah, that's not for me. I'm not gonna fuck with that.
sorry.
So for the longest time, I've just been working restaurant jobs, and just, you know, regular retail jobs. And the thing about those schedules is that it's impossible to work every day of the week and also do everything. If I had like an everyday job, like a 9 to 5, fucking 7 to whatever, yada.
He doesn't even know what a regular
Yeah, I don't
schedule
even
is.
know what the
These
real
days.
times for jobs are.
No, 9 to 5. You fucking nailed
Yeah,
it,
9 to
bro.
5.
No, if no one gives 9 to 5, it's 8 to 5 if you want to like eat.
If you want a
during the
lunch.
day.
Yeah.
But if I had that, I know I would find the energy to do all of that, still have all of my comedy, and still have my daughter. But because of the schedules of restaurants and retail jobs, I have to make those sacrifices and be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to cut down on some days, like, because I want to have more time open for the things that actually matter for me.
I love that.
Does it feel temporary?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna end up moving past this. It's mostly delusion from talking to myself in my mirror and reading my affirmations. But no, it feels temporary. I don't even think it's gonna last through this year at all. I have a feeling that by January I'm gonna be living a completely different life than struggling where I'm at.
Right. I'm also gonna hire Jadrian for the weed farm.
To do
Hopefully
what?
before January. Anything. I just want to put money in this man's pocket, and I want to put people around me that I trust.
Like, are you both gonna travel every day down there?
Mm-hmm.
Back, you said that. I think.
Until I get enough money to get a car. Yeah.
He's like, I'm hitching a ride.
Yeah. Something tells me he might be getting that little white car at the driveway.
Yay!
This podcast brought to you by Nissan.
But yeah, the farm's not at a point where we can hire anybody yet. So
You're still like tilling the ground. What are we doing? What are we doing over there?
literally tilling the ground.
Rototiller?
And,
Is that
oh
what it's
yeah.
called?
Yeah. But
That's how I picture it. Some guys out there with the little thing. It's the little feet. They go. Is that,
Yeah.
Or is it like a big thing? That
it's pretty big. It's pretty rowdy.
okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a crazy amount of work. Mostly labor. But this weekend's cloudy, so we're putting plants in the ground.
Oh, see, that's a good start.
Yeah, it's
What's
awesome.
the turnaround? When? How long does a plant grow?
Like October.
What month is this? June,
It is June.
July,
Mhm.
August, September, October. 4 months from seed to grow.
No, it's longer than that.
Oh.
They're already plants. Start them in pots. You start them before. You can't just start them outside. I mean, I guess you can, but the light cycles affect whether or not they flower. And around here, we get our last frost around Memorial Day. June 1st is like when it's safe to put shit outside. So you start them inside under lights, which you saw.
Exhibit A.
Right. You start them inside under lights so they actually get kind of big. If you just put a seed in the ground, you would probably get a plant, but it would be this tall. So our goal is to put plants out that are this tall when you put them in, and then you have 6-foot plants.
And is it seeds? What are we
Seeds? Yeah. Yeah.
Like most plants, they do start
Wait a
from
minute, that's
seeds.
not like you just like. How do you? Who's gonna go and like take it down?
Take it down?
Like once
Like
they're grown.
harvest?
Harvest. Thank you. I'm like, what is the right word?
I'm-
No, man.
I'm sure I will be a large portion of that person, or Jadrian, hopefully.
Jaden, you're the harvester. I'm gonna call you harvester.
The harvester. Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's Bud.
I would love to. I'd love to be introduced as the harvester.
With that fucking mustache. When Jadrian first came on the podcast with his new mustache, you should have seen. It was like a 180 in confidence. Like, he had the confidence of a police officer.
all the power is actually in the mustache.
It's crazy. He was a different person.
It's like Samson in the Bible. If I shave the mustache, I get less funny.
I love your laugh. I don't know. I don't know you without the mustache. All I know you is with the stash.
Yeah.
But I would like to see it curl. That's all I'm saying.
I also want to say, you know what? I'm gonna work on it. The next time you see me, it's gonna have a bit.
All
It's
right.
gonna have a bit of a curl.
Do you want me to
it.
Amazon you some like
That would be great.
putty or
Yeah.
whatever? What do you call this shiz?
I don't know.
Okay.
But
fine.
if just pro tip for the future, if you offer anything to Jadrian, I'll take it. Like, even if you're joking. Like, I'm going to buy you some beard wax. He's like, that'd be great. When should I expect it?
I mean, I tried to 2-day Amazon some stuff.
I'll just
here.
write down
It
my
doesn't
address
happen.
real quick.
We are in the middle of nowhere.
Still, there's got to be an Amazon hub. I was like, 4 days. Shit.
An Amazon
No,
hub?
But
No.
they are building a Amazon hub here soon.
Good. I need
Really?
to get my 2-day Amazon.
You're telling me.
No, because my phone case broke. See this? And I was like, I'll just get a new one. No.
Huh.
No.
Yeah, Durango will do that too.
I got some Gorilla Tape. I'll hold it there.
Probably will take you up on that.
Got some Flex Seal. I have it at home.
Yeah, we got options.
I like it. Can I tell you guys what my end goal is?
Please. Yeah, sorry.
Please do.
I never asked my girlfriend how her day
You
was
need to
either. You know what I mean?
practice.
You're
So I'm
right.
going to let you practice. Ask me.
So, Leigh, you've been doing this for 10 years. What's your end goal?
Great question.
Was that good?
That was really
I was
good.
nervous.
That was a delivery. That was really. That's a hype delivery right there.
So my end goal is twofold. So from a comedy standpoint, I want to just once do comedy on a cruise ship. cruise
Hell
ship
yeah.
comedy. Like,
That
I feel like
sounds
you would.
dope as
I feel like you
fuck.
would crush
Yeah,
that.
straight
oh,
up.
I love you guys. Okay, so that's the goal. Like, I don't have to like book for like 9 months or whatever. Just like one.
Well, that's how cruise
time.
ships work, Lee.
Well, no, they
You're
do it-
living at sea now.
It's like food is all included, your room and board, and they still fucking pay you.
So you need to put
It's
cruise
fucking
ship
wild,
on your
son.
bucket list.
Actually, you would also probably crush on
I
a cruise
bet
ship.
I could crush
Just
on a
walking
cruise
around,
ship.
fucking
Yeah,
cheering
dude.
people up.
Like, hey.
Don't forget to come to the show.
I mean, with your shirt, I don't know if you guys can see the shirt unbuttoned. That alone, you would be like, I mean, I could do mine, but like, hey, we're on the cruise
Oh,
ship
yeah.
now. I got
Yeah, no,
this stash
we're
of
getting
pearls
loose.
with my wax.
Oh yeah. No, the salt will probably fuck with that.
No, you're golden. You're
Yeah.
golden.
I thought
You've
salty
seen
air
girl
fucked with
hair.
curls.
Do you want it to curl?
I mean, oh yeah. No, you
Make,
know what, you're right.
humidity makes.
I have no,
hello.
no,
More curls.
all I heard that was that humidity had something to do with curls, and I didn't even make the correlation. I'm like, oh yeah, it makes things curl.
Bro, I took Kelly to the East Coast, and her hair's like, boom. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
I love a curly-haired woman.
Oh yeah, Chris.
Really?
Yeah, literally since I don't know, since I thought about being attracted to girls, I've always wanted to meet a curly-haired redhead. That's obviously attractive. Fuck. But yeah, then I met my girlfriend and I was like, I will never forget you. And then she pursued me.
Oh.
Yeah. She started coming
That's
to all
dude.
comedy.
That's such a smooth fucking line. Just I will never forget you.
You did tell her that the first time you
yeah,
met her?
I was like, I would never.
And
yeah.
she was like, ding.
Or maybe it was the second time I saw her. Because she was like, remember me? And I was like, I would never forget you. Like,
Aw.
Oh.
she was hot. But I also was kind of dating somebody at the time. So I wasn't trying
Okay.
I wasn't hitting on her actively. You know what
No.
I mean? I was obviously attracted to her, but I wasn't actively pursuing. And then she pursued me to the point where the other girls started looking real fucking boring.
That's messed up.
To be fair, she was
But it
real
is the
fucking boring.
truth.
She was
Messed
boring.
up.
She came from a rich family.
You didn't want a rich girl that was boring and stable?
I thought I did, and then I met a hot curly-haired redhead that
Cooks for you. She does.
she
she's
does
so good
cook
to
for
you.
me. Yeah, sex
Kelly,
is
you're
good.
so good
It's
to
hard to fuck with
She cooks for you.
constantly. Like there's enough leftovers in there for me to eat every meal until she gets home. She made sure to cook enough.
That's so fucking cute, man.
We're fucking adorable, bro.
She's like, he'll never fucking eat.
She does know if I'm tired and lazy that there's a chance I might skip dinner. Just like fuck it, you know. Ham in a can.
Yeah, when I can.
What?
It's calories, basically.
Just fills your
Cheers. I
stomach.
don't know.
Fill up on.
This is just spicy water.
Yeah, Jadrian legally can't drink right now, so.
Oh, you get tested for drinking?
Yeah. I got a DUI.
They test you?
Regularly.
Every
What,
2
You have
weeks.
to blow.
No,
Is that what we're talking
they call me and they have me pee in a cup.
So it's
Are you
random.
Oh,
No.
really?
Yeah.
You have to go down there without a car to somewhere to pee in a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because once you get arrested, you don't have rights.
Mm-hmm.
You do what the fuck
Wait,
they
is
tell
that
you
why
to.
you don't have a car?
Yes.
It's not that you don't
I
have
usually
a
have
car,
like
it's that you can't drive.
He physically has a car, but it is also
Oh,
a death
okay.
trap.
I physically have a car.
Got it.
That
If you can
is
call it that.
a rolling piece of shit.
And does this all end in January? All this
No,
drama-rama?
this all ends in September. Maybe
I can't fucking wait, boy.
maybe earlier.
We're gonna have a weird fucking day.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Maybe earlier if I get all of my community service done soon, which should be pretty easy.
Yeah, you work 2 days a week, bro. Let's start knocking this shit off.
it should
Either
be
make
fun.
money for a better car or start doing some community
No,
service.
it's only 48 hours, and
Have you even started?
No, it's only 48 hours.
Oh no! Because do you do it in like 6-hour shifts? That's gonna be.
It would be usually about 4 to 6.
Okay, so it's 48 hours. How many weeks of work does that take you to achieve?
That's what I'm saying. He said 4-hour shifts. That's 12
No.
different interactions of what are you doing for community service?
12 weeks.
whatever he can
Seoul
find.
will be in September. There are a lot of
That's 3
different
months.
opportunities here. Yeah.
All right.
Like you can volunteer for like boys and girls clubs. When I got arrested and had to do a bunch of community service, I chose to do an old folks home.
Oh.
I can also volunteer at multiple places at once.
Let's
Yeah,
get
totally.
started on that this week.
Yeah.
Let's crack out.
No, it's already
this-
happening.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
be
I
motherly here,
appreciate
Don't
it.
fucking lie to Leigh. It's
No,
not
I
happening.
appreciate it. No, it's happening.
Okay.
Did you just lie to me?
No, it's happening.
What's happening? Tell us then.
I called the people over at KDUR to get that started as soon as possible.
Okay.
What are you gonna do there? Janitorial?
I honestly have no idea.
How cool would it be if they were just like, we have this open radio slot, we need you to DJ?
Actually,
Amazing.
I heard the reason why I called there is because I heard from somebody that was like, yeah, and if a DJ misses and you're there to volunteer, you can slot in and just be the DJ for that amount of time. And I'm like, fuck yeah,
That'd be awesome.
Fucking
I would
great.
be super down
No,
for that.
that sounds right up my alley because I already want to learn more about radio. Like, so like, it's all coming together. I'm not worried about it at all.
So, not to be annoying, but I worked for Clear Channel Radio for a few years.
Mhm.
Radio's kind of dying. So why you're doing the podcast?
No shit.
But like, you're like, is that really a goal? Radio?
Well, I mean, it's more of just a curiosity.
Oh, okay.
And it's a
Of-
form of entertainment,
it's a
and it's
form of
flexing this
entertainment,
muscle. Like half the reason I started the podcast is because I was too scared to do comedy, and it just gave me the confidence to talk on a mic
Oh, you did this before you did stand up.
for at least a year. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and then I met a stand-up comedian in town at some function and asked him to be on the podcast. We became friends immediately on the podcast, and he was like, "Dude, I run a mic." So I started showing up at the mic, and then his wife called me a pussy, and then I got on stage. And now they're some of my best friends. Yeah.
Oh, they're still around
They're in Atlanta.
doing comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, that's a great story.
Yeah.
What's your how I started a comedy story?
Yeah, Jade.
Unless you've already told it and people are like, not again.
Who cares?
No,
We're here to service
I'm
you.
I'm really fine with it. So after my daughter was born, I was
I don't know what you just said.
after my daughter was born,
Oh, after my daughter was born.
I was a stay-at-home dad for a year,
Yay.
and I was driving myself fucking insane. Like just being inside all the time. The baby mama was
Finishing school.
busy doing school, and so I was just losing my goddamn mind, thinking about all the things that we kind of talked about earlier of like what I want to do. And at one point I was like, I want to be a physical trainer. That obviously didn't work out.
I had that thought once.
But
I was like, fuck that.
Get paid to work out all day.
yeah, exactly. I was like, I'm already at home. It was like, no, you're not gonna work out at home with a kid. But after a little while, me and the big mama weren't together anymore, and just living in close proximity, and just kind of our personalities and not really being separated from each other for very long at any point, and like being able to like figure out who we are after a breakup. You know what I mean? So tensions were high. We weren't exactly treating each other in the best way on both sides. But at a certain point, I made the choice to move out, and I was just like, no, this isn't working for either of us. I need to get out of here. And I decided to be homeless. And while I was with the baby mama, I had done a couple mics and stuff, but then I became homeless, and I really, really got heavy into just drinking all the time. I wasn't spending a lot of time with my kid. I was kind of just like, my life is falling apart. What did I do? So I started doing comedy as often as I could. Got a DUI.
In your home / car.
Yeah,
Was that what it was? You were parked and you got the DUI?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, no. Sorry, no.
Oh, did you worry about that?
Actually, so I was doing this whole thing. I was sleeping in my car, sleeping in like parks and stuff. And then I had another friend be like, "Hey man, I have a room opening up. Come stay at my place." And I was like, "All right, cool. Things are looking up." Then I got the DUI, and just focused in more on comedy. I had a house. I was seeing my daughter more again. I was going to therapy, like, and then COVID happened, and I was just kind of forced to be sober and just focus on kind of something to keep me sane. So I did comedy.
All right, for
Comedy gave you something.
No.
Comedy also kind of gave me a direction, like something to strive for. Because when I started comedy, I was like 7 years in the oil field. I had a pretty cush job. I worked for my uncle, but there was like a very distinct like ceiling of where my pay could ever get to, because my uncle is a small business owner.
Oh.
And he kind of hired me because I needed a job at the time, but he couldn't like afford to pay me more than he was paying me, you know? And then I just did this for like 7 years, 8 years, and then I started doing comedy, and it kind of gave me like something to live for, because every day was just the same, you know?
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I went to the same gas wells and just drove the same fucking road every day, and it was just boring. And then I'd go home and drink, and then I started comedy, and it was like all of a sudden I wasn't just at work. I was writing jokes. Like, I was doing what I had to do at work, but I was writing jokes, and then I was excited to try them, especially if they were like risky, like getting wild, taking a big swing. Like all day I would have like this hype, you know? But it just gave me something, whereas I didn't really have, you know, because college didn't work out for me either. I decided instead of going to college, I was going to be a weed dealer. There's a history here. And then, so I literally quit college, quit my jobs, was just selling weed. And then this one time I decided I was going to sell acid. Turned out to be a setup. Got arrested. 6 months later, I got arrested because I got pulled over with a warrant. They were trying to build a case on me, but I didn't ever talk to that dude again, so they couldn't find me. And then they like went to my old jobs, and like people I was selling weed to would call me and be like, "Yo, the cops were looking for you today." You know? Like, why? And then
Yeah, for the one time they caught you. Like, did they think you were like higher up than you were?
yeah, I was just a small guy. But this dude he got in trouble, and then for freedom decided to be a confidential informant, and he set up like all the drug dealers that were like on my level in Farmington, like all of them.
Damn.
So
he took out a whole level of drug dealers.
A whole level. So all of a sudden there was the people that we got weed from, and then the people that we sold weed to, and that was all that was left. So when I got out of jail, people were like, "Dude, I cannot get fucking weed." Like, because the connecting tissue was gone, you know, because all of us went down. So
Oh.
this one dude was responsible for all that. I don't think I can actually say his name.
Don't.
I have
I don't want people coming after you.
I'm not allowed to go anywhere near him for the rest of my life.
Who's
Like, I
telling
can't.
You can't.
A
The
contract
government.
that the cops made me sign before they would release me,
Oh.
because I knew who it was. Like, they never.
Because they're afraid you'll attack him for
Yeah,
like destroying your life.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like a protection of order against you. Like he's being
Correct.
protected from you. Okay, I just trying to feel it.
Correct. Yeah.
No, Stone Cold Killer.
I know. Look at
See it in
If-
his eyes.
If I saw him tomorrow, it's just a bitch move, bro.
Just like, come on.
I sold him $100 worth of acid. You know what that cost me? A month of my life, because I was in jail,
for a month.
2 years probation,
Shoot.
and $11,000.
Why? That's court fees.
Legal
Court
fees, court
fees,
fees.
yeah.
You have to pay. So
Pay
they were
for
like,
all your therapy, pay for your drug tests.
Oh.
they were, yeah, you have to pay for every drug test. They were watching me when they were setting me up. There was like cop cars throughout the area watching me. You have to pay their salary for that day.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You should have seen the itemized list. I could possibly find it, but it was pages.
Mhm.
Just like $11,000 for $100 nothing drug
So
deal.
you still paying that off?
No. That was 10 years ago
Oh,
at
okay.
least. Yeah. It was before I was 21. So I couldn't even
got a
drink it.
DUI and I had to pay $10,000.
But that was like
I've
to
been
get the
paying that
ignition
for
thing.
two years.
and-
No, I still have to deal with all those costs after I get done with probation.
Hey, have you ever thought about working more than 2 days a week?
Did you see the part where he was happy right now?
I'm just saying.
No, I have.
You're aware of giant. I
Dude,
understand.
I will be homeless again.
You do.
I've done it before. I'll do it again, and even better this time.
As of now, there's a camper in the yard. Jared will not be homeless.
He'd live in your camper?
Sure.
That's actually what I'm writing on.
Which is what worries me. This is what worries me. It's like Brad's too good of a friend. Like,
You were like, I barely can cover my rent. And he's like, I know. You're about $50 short.
do not see me like trying to like
you know
get your shit together.
Maybe one more shift a month.
you know why? You know why? Because I know if I do end up in that trailer, which I'm not going to, it's only going to be for like a month. Like,
Wait, I'm confused. I thought you were living there now.
Not yet.
No.
I
Oh,
live
why
in.
He lives in town.
No, I live in an apartment.
Wouldn't that be beneficial to just live here? Oh, no, you got your girl. You got the sexing happening here. Okay. They're noisy.
I'm too old for roommates. All right.
Let's separated.
Yeah. No, it is separated. He
No,
would
if-
have to hear me singing in the morning though.
If
And I think
Jadrian
that would
really
be-
needed it,
Well,
Jadrian really needed it, I
Yeah.
would totally put him up in the camper.
And I
That's
don't
fine.
think I'm
Okay.
going to, but
But it
if-
would be
if
an
I
extra
did, it
pain in
would
the
only be
ass
for, like, a
for
month.
me.
Yeah.
I would have to set it up eventually. You got to dump the shitter. Like, there's things, just extra shit I got to do.
he could do it.
Yeah, you. Could,
How's he going to
you
dump
could-
the shit?
you could
Where's
make
your
me do
truck,
it.
Jadrian?
You could just drive me and make me do it.
I thought you just dug a hole in the backyard. I don't know. Where do you take it?
You have to take it to like an actual dumping plant.
Well, I have a manhole in my yard, so I just pull it over.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
See? Problem solved.
Fuck yeah!
See, this is what I didn't want.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't want to
New topic.
encourage. I didn't want to encourage Jadrian to start banking on this as a good option.
This is a horrible idea. I'd move in. No, I'm just kidding. It's like, this sounds legit.
Well, you're pleasant, you know?
Yeah.
No mustache. I trust you.
No, he handles me for a total of 5 hours a week.
Oh, that's more than that.
Yeah, this is true. You do have to hear my voice a lot.
And a lot of the, like, I don't care if you work more. Like, it's actually very convenient for me that yesterday I was like, hey, can you do tomorrow at 6? You're like, yep.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh no, it's fine.
Well, I didn't ask him if he could do a podcast at all because I didn't know your schedule.
Oh.
Like, wrangling
usually
podcasts.
I
terrible.
schedule. No.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was really cool to just be like, oh, we have one tomorrow, and I'm free. Fuck yeah.
That's how I feel every week.
It was
When
dope.
did you do the Andy one?
Tuesday,
So,
right before the mic.
no, because you guys mentioned me on it.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, I might have mentioned you in the intro. So I record the intros after.
Oh, okay. I was like, how are you taping these all so fast?
No, we like record a podcast, go to the mic immediately after pretty much because it's usually like butting up. And then whenever I get a chance after that, I do an intro so I can
Okay.
promote Old Timers, our sponsor. Also, Dead Room Comedy.
Who 3 comedians that also came from that came from here and then moved to Denver, and they're doing their own production stuff.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah,
What am
that's
I
his
looking
ass.
The
right
guy
there.
with the ass.
nice
the guy's
supple
ass.
ass. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Elliot.
Okay. Good. Nakedness? Naked comedy?
Oh, he's a good boy.
He's bi.
It's fun.
You know how the gays are, you know?
You know the guys.
They're always naked.
Yeah.
Well,
just
they
get
might
naked.
be.
They're always shaking something, you know.
They're just naked in public. Because he knew
Happy
somebody
Pride
that
Month,
worked at
everybody.
that bar, so he went in at like 9:30 a.m. I don't think they asked the owner, but he just took a bunch of pictures.
Oh yeah, you don't ask the owner.
No, it was like the bartender was like, 9:30, get in
Come
here.
on.
I gotta clean the shitters. You can do whatever you want.
Nobody's here. Yeah.
He said
This guy, though, Tristan, he's from Phoenix,
Yeah.
isn't he? Or
Yeah.
Tucson or something?
Tristan Bowling. Yeah, he's a fucking savage. He just opened for a bunch of people. I think Chris DiStefano
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Eric Bernal just opened for Chris DiStefano.
Yeah,
you know
dude.
Eric?
Yeah, but where was Chris DiStefano?
I think
was in
Stand Up
Phoenix.
Live.
Yeah,
Really?
stand-up
Mhm.
live.
I didn't even see that.
Don't you hate that when like something you would love to see just doesn't
You
make it
just
to you?
Miss it.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened on Wednesday with a metal show. I went to karaoke. I would have much rather have gone to a metal show, and you know how much I love karaoke.
This man loves karaoke. We were in Arizona for what, 3 or 4 nights. We did karaoke 2?
2 times.
Two. Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Do
crazy.
you sing?
Like a motherfucker.
Oh, you do. The rest of us are like.
I don't do karaoke. That's where my like embarrassment like hits a peak. Like I used to not be able to really talk into a mic, then I did the podcast, and then I tried comedy, blacked out my first time kinda, but I didn't bomb terribly. I was shaky, and then I kind of caught a stride, but I still am not going to go sing a goddamn song in front of a bar of people. It's just not in me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would probably be cathartic. Like I think it would really affect my freedom, but I don't want it at all.
You like convinced yourself it was something you needed to do, and you were like, right on. Then you're like, hell no.
You know how many times I've done this?
I love how he fully recognizes the need and the drive to do it. We're just like, I'm just not gonna.
No, when we were in Tucson, it was a constant battle, bro. It was just like, should I just sign up? Because everybody else was, all our other friends, and it's not like they were crushing it. You know? It's just normal people singing karaoke.
All right, do a cappella right now. A song.
No.
Think of a song. All right, this is going great. This exercise.
Sorry.
I can't think of a
I don't
song.
give in to peer pressure, really.
Aw.
Unless I'm hosting a show and the crowd starts fucking with me, then I will do whatever makes you happy.
No, it'll be far too loud. I'm not gonna do it here. You would have to come to karaoke on Wednesdays at either 8th Ave Tab or Starlight. Oh.
That's why I like you, Leigh. You don't
Sorry,
fuck with
I'm
those karaoke
sorry.
nerds.
No, I sing in the shower, in the safety of my own home, and at karaoke because that crowd isn't real to me when I'm singing on that stage. If I can block out everything that's happening around me, I'll sing out loud. Like if I'm just vibing super hard, like sitting there, I'll sing at a bar. But like I reach that state pretty often. But I'm not like I'm not really in a singing mood.
Just give us a little something real quick. Into the microphone.
I don't know.
Come on.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Do it.
Well, Jadrian just said no to singing. We might have to wrap this up. Fucking weird.
That's a lot of pressure. Just being like, sing.
Sing, boy.
Okay, I have one more topic then.
Let's
Okay.
do
So
it.
comedy writing versus the performance aspect. Now, not to like, I think I have a performance aspect, and I don't know if my writing is that solid because I'm kind of like, meh, like all over the place. Where are you guys with that on the two components? Like,
Whereas what's more important?
yeah, like you guys, I'm gonna assume focus more on the writing versus.
That's a strong assumption.
I don't know. Is it not?
Well, performing's way more fun, obviously. Whereas writing's a
But
discipline.
I'm saying because he wants to be a writer. He's all about the. I mean, I said
Only works 2 days a week, right?
Only works 2 days a week, yeah.
So much suspense. Every fucking story you tell, there's 10 seconds before where you're just like,
I gotta
Edit
get my
this out.
thoughts together. It's a good question. I mean, honestly, they're one of the same. If you're going to write anything and have it be worth something, if you're speaking in your own voice, then that's exactly how it has to be written. And for that, you kind of have to find this space while you're writing and performing that are kind of one and the same, where you can be like, no, this is the energy that I'm going to take the crowd in. This is my energy, and I'm going to make them match it. So they kind of really meet in the middle. It's not that one is more important than the other, and also because it comes from our own like psyche, our own like interpersonal thoughts. Everything that we put out is subconscious. It is one and the same, whereas like performance and physical, like we talked about last week on the podcast with drag, is more of like an animalistic, like innate nature that you kind of take on as you enter into this space on stage, whereas as the writing is more of the logical part of your mind that is expressing what is coming out of your subconscious.
but without the writing, like you've got nothing to fucking stand on, you know? If you don't have the words.
I mean, there are also people who have zero performance and everything is in writing, and that's also
You're
That's
I
what
would
I'm saying.
kind
There
of
are
a-
I would say
definitely
you're
those.
mostly writing.
yeah. Okay.
He's like, did you hear my line?
I mean,
Like, okay.
no, there's some times where you're like big and like almost physical, but I would say most of the time you're just telling jokes.
This is true. I do start.
Whereas when I'm hosting, I'm fucking.
Yeah, I do kind of start. So I heard this thing. I forget which comic it was about. I believe it was Chris Rock, where when he's writing new material, he puts none of his character into it.
Yeah, he lets the 3 people he pays do that part. Just kidding, he's a fucking legend. I'm just saying I get why Will Smith slapped him.
Yeah, but
I'm just kidding.
But I think I accidentally do what he does whenever, because I'm a very emotional dude. Like,
You are.
Like I have a lot of different like mood swings. So I end up going up there with jokes that I'll tell with no spirit, where I'm just like, I don't even want to be here today.
I've been seeing that a lot.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. But now that you're hosting, you see it change. Like all of a sudden you're responsible for the show. Not just this set, not just this little segment where it's all on you. Like, but the show. Like your job, somebody told me your job as a host is to have more fun than anybody in the room. Like you're trying to bring everybody else to that level. Like, you know, be the example. We're like, we can all be this silly. We can feel how I look right now. Like, don't you want to do it? You know?
Yeah.
And then shit on the guy trying to fuck his Tinder date. And then joke. Please welcome Jay Drew. You know?
Yeah, exactly. But there are also comedians that
Jesselman.
in
all writing.
some of the alt scenes where it is all just performance. There's so I don't remember his name. But he's an LA guy, but the entire thing that he does is he says nonsense words in the cadence of comedy, so it's not even real, and it's one of the fucking most hilarious things that I've ever seen or heard.
We don't remember his name.
We're gonna need to know his name.
Nick.
Kroll.
No, it's not Kroll. It's not Thune.
That's
it's
not
not
Nick Kroll he just
Bergazzi.
described.
I'm
It's
trying to think of
Nick Vatterott.
What's the last name?
Vatterott.
Vatterott.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never heard of.
Oh,
But I'll look it
fucking fantastic. His most recent album is a concept album about time travel.
Okay.
Within his bits. Oh, it's so well done and so strange and such an artistic take on like comedy and doing his sets and like how things are just like disconjointed and oh fuck. It's gold.
Okay. I'll listen back for whatever that word is you said of his last name.
Vatterott. I'll look it up and I'll send
Sorry,
it
I know
to you.
we're wrapping up. Did you really know Chip? The guy, did you really babysit the guy who had a chip tooth? Or his friend?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Jackson.
Jackson's friend was Chip. But Jackson is a triple.
I don't think his name's Chip. I just
know,
call
that
him
was
that because his
hilarious.
name was... Or his,
But did you get the
Chip
scoop?
tooth.
Like,
Chip
did he
tooth.
have it? Did it recently happen and he hasn't gotten it fixed? Or that's like his legit look?
it seemed like it was his legit look. And it was like front tooth, like half gone. You know, it wasn't like a little. It was...
Like he did it on purpose?
No, like just the first thing you see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know? Like, it just stands out a
Oh.
little.
Put a fucking
But you
chiclet in there or
babysat
something,
Jackson.
man.
Uh-huh.
And he's a triplet.
Uh-huh.
I'm a triplet.
Oh, really?
That's why I
Really?
wanted to do that in my set, but I was like, they left. First of all.
Yeah, they do that. I'm glad they're there for me to shit on when the show starts at least, but they usually leave pretty quickly. I think Jackson was on mushrooms, but they were like,
That makes
they were
sense.
talking shit before the show, and I was like, okay. One of you guys fucking pipes up, and I run out of jokes. I'm just gonna focus on you.
Chip, that was too funny. Okay, I just didn't know if that was all true. Like you babysat him because you guys seem the same age to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I look youthful.
How old are you?
32, almost.
How old do
Almost
I look?
32. 38.
42.
I'm 44. Thank you.
Well, I have fucking manners.
He's like, I rounded down. It's fine.
No, I know how old my mom is. If she asked me, I'd say, "Oh, I'm 38."
Your mom is not 38.
Every time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I would say if
Mom's been 38
38?
for 20 years.
I was like, oh, your math is off. But
yeah, I didn't go to college.
You're such a
you did
sweet
go to
boy.
college.
Huh?
I thought you said you did go to college.
Oh yeah, I just dropped out of college
So,
quickly.
Incorrect statement.
I did like 3
Fact check.
semesters. You're right. I just had classes. In fact, a public speaking class, which I hated. I hated the teacher. But I also, while I was in it, I was just like, well, first of all, she had a rule. If you don't show up 3 times in a semester, you go down a letter grade. I was just like, bitch, just give me the test. You know what I mean?
Oh, are you one of those?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm the opposite. I think you can pass any class, any college. Just show up every day.
Oh, I'm surprisingly, like, I can pull in information for tests and then just dump it like it never happened.
You're saying cram, study, blah,
No.
blah, blah.
No.
No, very minimal effort.
Yeah.
High school was a fucking breeze.
Context clues.
Yeah, I just
Mostly.
I feel like I'm cheating.
Yeah.
Like
How-
when it comes to tests, I don't know. Yeah, just like which one seems the most likely. You know,
Yeah.
common sense. Like
It was all intuition based is how I passed high school. I didn't do any fucking homework. I didn't do a single fucking
no, I
thing.
made minimal, almost no effort.
I don't know why this makes me so frustrated as a straight A college student.
I just didn't like it.
Yeah. It was boring for me. I was like, well, if I can figure it out on my own, like, I think I don't have to be here, so I'd just fucking skip.
And I'm like, I got to get my every dollar's worth.
Yeah. And
Well, college, I kind of get. But I went to San Juan College, pretty affordable. And also just, I had some teachers that were amazing, and then some teachers that just sucked dick that I didn't think I could fucking stand a semester with. And also, I just didn't, like, care enough to go through the options. Like, well, why don't you just drop this class, asshole? Like, why don't you just don't do that one? But it was also, like...
I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
I'd have to go to the office and be like, hey, I want to drop a class.
It was
Do I
also,
get
like,
a refund? That's what me.
part of the basics. Exactly. I felt like I paid for it, whatever. And then I got to the point where I was like, fuck this, you know, especially this teacher. But I was also in there like, when will I use public speaking? That was like all I do. It's fucking crazy. I remember thinking like, this is the most pointless thing I could ever do.
Oh, yeah. It feels like it sometimes. It's funny that, like, I don't know, my least favorite class in school was psychology, and then I started
That's all you care about?
I started doing acid, and now all I care about is sociology and psychology. I already love sociology, but it just that switch of being like, that used to be one of my least favorite things. Like,
It's like, who cares?
yeah,
You feel like you feel, goddammit.
Yeah.
Wait, but did you take psychology classes to try to figure yourself out?
That was probably just required.
Minor in
No, it was-
psychology.
It was,
Minor in
it was
psychology.
required.
It was like part of
I
basics.
knew I was gonna have to take it and the sociology class, so I made it through like 2 semesters. And
You
then,
guys are so close. How much credits do you have?
probably like 9.
Oh, you just said 2 semesters worth.
Yeah,
Yeah, you only went to school 2 days a week.
I did.
So you did.
I
get the
only went to
credits.
school 2 days a week.
I'm glad that
Oh, that's great.
came around.
I always went
You're like a little
to
dig.
I always went to my English class and my German class and my sociology class.
In Durango, you take German.
Oh, this was back in my hometown, right after high school. I grew up in Gallup, New Mexico.
Gallup.
You ever been to Gallup?
Yeah, some guy in a hot spring once told me Gallup has the most rich people surrounding it or purchasing the land. Something
Oh,
is it's landlocked.
we have the most millionaires per capita.
Why? Why Gallup has the most millionaires per capita?
Fuck if I know.
Because
He
they're
All I-
hiding
reason.
from something.
Yeah.
These are fucking criminals.
Yeah, actually, these
Gallup
people
is-
are fucking criminals.
Gallup is the middle of nowhere.
No,
it is
I-
a place to
Hold on, I
hide.
gotta think.
I
about it. You
remember.
told
I
me.
remember my friend working at a certain place.
Strip club. What?
It was an Elks Lodge. He worked in an Elks Lodge, and literally every single millionaire in town would go there pretty much every day.
You guys, why are the millionaires in Gallup? It has something to do with the native land surrounding it or something.
I don't know. They're just trying to.
I doubt it.
Cast their white people magic.
Well,
I don't know.
actually,
There's a
the amount of reservation around
Actually,
it probably.
most of them are of Indian lineage.
The rich people are of Indian lineage.
Like India?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. So they looked at it and they were like, look at this nothing. And then there's this little place in the middle of all this nothing that actually has a lot of shit, like stores. It's actually relatively.
It's a beautiful place with fantastic art. The people are shit.
Yeah, it's just meth and alcoholism, and it's like a dangerous place, which is why they probably went to the Elks Lodge, because they're obviously
You can't go anywhere.
they
else,
obviously have more money than everybody
though.
around
Except
them.
for the bigger restaurants that are owned by some of the millionaires.
See, there was a.
No,
I'm gonna have to go look it up.
No, they're hiding.
no, they're
Guaranteed.
definitely
I thought
hiding.
it was something like because they could build the hotel or the restaurant, and that was the only hotel or restaurant. Like they.
There's also a lot of old money from the train that runs through there.
Oh, BNSF.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Bastards.
white folk.
White
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Gallup was originally just a way station.
Oh.
It started
for
as
trains or trucks.
for trains.
For trains.
Just the middle,
Of fucking nowhere.
but in the middle of
Gal-
things.
Gallup was the
Yeah.
name of the
It's on the way to
man-
places. Like
Albuquerque?
connects. Sure.
Yeah.
Albuquerque.
Sorry, I did not
You can
put
go
the
to
disgust
Phoenix.
on
You
Albuquerque.
can go.
Albuquerque?
Oh fuck Albuquerque.
Oh, fuck Albuquerque.
I love some people in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
But the place as a whole can go fuck itself.
Honestly, that's most of New Mexico.
Our friend got same.
I have a few
Same.
people that I know there and that I love. The rest of New Mexico can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me think of what
I work on a
Truth or
farm.
consequences?
Biggest spiders I've ever seen in my life.
Named
First
after
of
a
all.
radio show.
I know, but hot springs galore, and I'm addicted to hot springs. I love truth or
You
consequences.
see, the great thing about
It's a
hot springs is that most
glorified speed
people
trap,
don't
let's be
talk to
honest.
people.
Speed trap? What? What?
TRC is a glorified speed trap, and good thing about saunas is that most people are there to relax and not
true.
really
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah. Oh no, I love it.
That's
you meet
why
the
I'm bad at
craziest,
hot
funnest
springs.
People at hot springs.
I'm
'Cause
a
I can
chatty
talk to any-
Cathy.
I'm a chatty
Are you?
Cathy.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm by myself, I want
You
to
would
talk to
my
somebody.
ear
That
off.
makes sense.
Like,
That makes
and
sense.
every once in a while you get somebody, but at the Durango Hot Springs, every time it's like nobody wants to talk to me.
No.
You know.
Oh, I'll talk to you.
That
I
makes
love Durango Hot
No, if I
Springs.
saw you, I would definitely approach you. Just like she looks like she's pretty fun.
You would see her pestering somebody across the hot
Right,
springs and
right.
be like, "That's gonna be my girl."
3 hours later, we're fucking cheersing some cocktails and talking shit about everybody else that wasn't too cool to
Brian's got a mimosa.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Yeah, no.
Or sex on the beach. You know, something sexy.
Fun drinks. What is the hot springs north of Santa Fe? Oh, come on, guys.
Not
Okay.
not a
Never
hot
mind.
spring guy.
We came
I
from
loved
poor
it.
families.
We should all go. Let's all go.
If my other friend was here, he would be like, "Oh, you mean the one in the side of the cliff? Yeah, it's beautiful. I've been there a bunch.
Do you guys go to Orvis?
I've been to Orvis quite a few
Did
times.
you get naked?
Yeah.
I love it.
It's a nice
I
place
love
to.
Orvis.
It's actually a decent like spot to stay, because it's.
in the cabins, or do you?
I stayed in the cabins and I've stayed in a tent, but the 24-hour access, so everybody's out. I think the public has to leave like 8 or 10. So what I do is I start some mushroom tea around 8, or whenever I'm done for the day and I'm gonna go to dinner, you know. So I'll like start some mushroom tea, get cleaned up, go to dinner, come back, and only the people that are staying there are allowed there, and you're allowed to be naked. And if you just drink some mushrooms, like
That sounds like a
Amazing.
good.
who's
time.
gonna stop you?
Yeah.
And every single time, nobody else was out there. So we had Orvis Hot Springs to ourselves
Fuck.
on mushrooms.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, I was crocodiling around like my dick just barely touching the bottom, you know what I mean?
Crocodiling around.
That's great.
That's the only reason I said that is because that's what I said in the moment.
That's a
And
bit.
it made me laugh.
That's a bit.
Crocodiling around.
All right, now I'm gonna wear shorts
Don't.
because your penis has been crocodiling.
No, it's all been
It's
boiled
been
away.
It's been forever. You know how many hippie ass hairs go in that fucking water?
True. I still think I'll not.
Yeah, he's
because of
just
you,
a
but I
redneck.
still usually wear bottoms, like just because it seems more sanitary.
Totally.
No, that makes sense.
Unless
Something to
it's
think about.
midnight and you're on mushrooms. I
Yeah.
bet the bottoms come off. Because it's just so good to be naked.
You're already out there.
Yeah. And it's not sulfur, it's nice. It's like
Yeah, I love it.
Is it not a sulfur smell?
nah,
Nice.
doesn't stink.
Fuck. That's what I didn't like about Pagosa.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a steamy spot right there.
Mm.
But they got fucking Crocodile Lagoon in there.
Which one?
I have also
Good
done
shit.
mushrooms at that one.
Wait, which one has a crocodile? in it?
Pagosa.
Pagosa.
I don't. What does
There's
that mean,
not actually.
crocodile?
That's just what I called it because I was tripping balls and it looks like there's fucking crocodiles in there. When I'm in the water, I'm worried about fucking crocodiles. Apparently,
Southwest Colorado crocodile.
my brain works in very.
Will I
That's
know
what-
when I go to Pagosa on Saturday or Sunday which one is the crocodile one?
Just
Whatever one you're thinking about.
Crocodile Lagoon. Like
The one to the
it's the only
far-
one that seems like there might be a crocodile in
Okay,
it.
like the big open area one.
Yeah, that you can't go in the outside water, but the ends, like you just go in the pool. You
Oh
don't.
yeah, those ones are pretty cool.
It's fucking Crocodile
Those
Lagoon, bro.
Those are great.
Yeah, I was hammered. I might have done acid that
Just
time.
fucking basically sitting in a warm lake.
Uh-huh.
Fuck yeah. We went during the winter and it was
Same.
pretty fine.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, I always go in the summer because that's when I'm here.
Right.
Because I hate the snow. How do you do it? I
Makes
don't know.
sense.
We'll let it
I
talk.
don't want to do it. I don't.
I'm getting over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to start parking my goddamn car at Home Depot. Hopefully, I can afford some all-wheel drive by then.
And you like get on an ATV to get to your house? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I could take a truck to Home Depot and jump in the car or something, maybe, which seems unreasonable. You're right. I have multiple vehicles, but that one just is the one that's most practical to drive 100 miles, no matter where you're going. Like,
With these gas prices.
it's over $5,
These
bro.
gas prices.
Well, you gotta understand, my truck gets 12 miles to the gallon,
That's
so it is like
outrageous.
In this economy?
I don't use it that much, but it's a huge difference, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Okay, 'cause
I'm
it's
fucking.
hotter than heck in here.
I'm sorry.
No, it's definitely getting steamy in here.
You got anything to promote? I'll say it in the intro too. No?
Gonna be hanging out in Durango for a few more days, then see
Yeah.
where life takes me.
Yeah, you want to meet
come
this
see
crazy
her on
lady?
Sunday and Monday. Oh fuck, the podcast isn't even coming in
Till
until
next
next Friday.
No, it can come out earlier if we got another podcast.
Oh, we do have another podcast on Tuesday.
I just need time to edit it, and I'm not
Ooh.
doing
I got
it tonight.
nothing to promote.
Dude, I have to be up at like 4:30 tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm not doing it tonight.
Okay.
I need to sleep.
Why? What's at 4:30 tomorrow?
I got to get to New Mexico early
Oh, you're
because we're
working tomorrow.
transplanting because it's gonna be cloudy.
You taking your harvester?
No. Still don't have any money to give him.
He'll go for free.
No,
No, he won't.
I won't do it.
Why? A road trip. Fun, bros. No? Okay.
Yeah, you want to go to New Mexico for 9 hours, 10 hours?
To help you on a fucking farm unpaid? No thanks.
I was like, can you drop me off at the stores?
There's not much
Speaking of
there.
which, can one of y'all just? No,
We'll
I
make
gotta
sure
ride.
you get home.
No, I got to ride home.
Oh.
They're coming. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
Gotcha.
Chill.
All right. Anything? Anything?
Post-podcast.
Come to the mics.
Please do.
We love you. Lee, you're a fucking G.
Woo!
I don't think you need a
Shut up,
stage name. I think you just need to
Yeah.
fucking
I think you just need to own it.
the funniest advertiser in the game.
No, it's great.
This is how you're gonna get jobs. Have you seen the movie I Love You, Man?
No.
Well,
It's a good movie.
well, basically his friend makes a bunch of billboards that are like embarrassing, but it's like genius advertising, and everybody's like, "This is," or he's like, "That's terrible. I don't like whatever." He thinks it's a bad idea, and then he fucking kills it.
Also, it would show
So
that
lean in, be funny.
any decision that you would make for yourself in a positive way is a decision you make in a positive direction for anybody else.
How so?
you get to show your work and be like, no, I've used this process for me, and it will work for you. You know what I mean? And, see, you lean into it.
Yeah, we have gone off the rails.
And end scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Please
Thanks.
come to Thursdays. Remember, I got the call. Cops called on me. Let's see if we can get them called again.
They usually show up. All right, bye.
Everything with cream cheese, orange juice, break fast. I'm out the door to get the dough, speaking to the masses. Hit the road to do a show, microphone madness. Trip easy, cheap sunglasses, straight passion. My third eye active, watching backpacks lead the show, beeping that shit vocally. Hearing me locally, lyrically, know what I'm supposed to be, and I don't got no fear of me. I'm coming for your brain, homie, coming at you spiritually. Stepped into the game, and I knew that flow was slippery, but check my flow though. Turn the whack news to history. Let them do their thing instead, I put them out their misery. And simply put, just got disconnected. Like my boy Big Money, man, this can't be neglected. Grab the mic and check it, coming up in your direction. Gift that I've been blessed with, this hustle is respected and reckless. Poetic mind on the set list, got the groove to match. Everybody step with it, still haven't fulfilled a whole vision yet. Life right now still so picturesque. I'm knocking every stage until I get a bigger check. Even though I hate money, ready for a bigger step. Pull the trigger next. Somebody coming at your neck. I could have died today. That's why I'm smoking cigarettes and got precision set of skills and imagination, creations, innovating with motivation. I'm chasing my goals, giants that I be racing. I'ma stride through the finish like a 6'5" Jamaican, beating my chest like what my name is. Ink on my chest, what my homie spray painting. Summer day smoke skate, PlayStation. He looking down on me and I can't stay patient. I ain't just trying to say shit. Sit back and face this. Real type, I've been smoking instrumental playlist, chill in the cut. Now these small places, I ain't getting love now, man. Fuck being famous, yeah, they tell me it's really hard to make it. They don't understand I love being underestimated. Second guess it and I'll take it that you're undereducated. Anyway, this got me thinking about them old records playing. Why? It's filled with soul and it fills my mind. Tail feather shaking while the rhythm takes flight. What I'm doing wrong, I ain't gonna fake right. I don't get no sleep because the music takes night. Nocturnal life with my basement lights. Just roll some nice, keep my drink on ice. If you don't get it once and you don't hear it twice, moving on this beat right here is out of sight. I'ma stay away. Stay away.